In today's news, a traveler from Tortola arrested at St. Kitts Airport with suspected drugs. Legitimate ports of entry not to be blamed for illegal firearms, says former Police Commissioner Michael Matthews. 7th District Action Committee hosts the KADEEM EVANS-FRETT tree lighting, and WILLARD Wheatley students showcase their talent at the 2022 Christmas concert. In addition, Premier Natalia Wheatley addresses concerns regarding borrowing. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break. You're watching 284 News.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR,
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Welcome everybody. It's Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. You're watching 284 News. Thank you so much for joining us, and a happy Wednesday is wished to everyone. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley has reiterated his position on the UK's loan guarantee, stating that the soul of the Virgin Islands is not for sale after being asked whether the territory would be in a better position to finance capital projects had it accepted the loan. More on this report.
Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley says that Virgin Islanders can rest assured that when he goes out seeking a loan in the interest of the territory's development or recovery, he will not be putting the soul of the BVI on the line. Wheatley, at the time, was responding to questions surrounding his government's position on the United Kingdom's loan guarantee and whether the territory would be in a better position now if the government had accepted it. This came following his statements that meeting the demands of the public for infrastructural works would require money.
So yes, we want to borrow, but we don't want to sell our soul to borrow, and we don't want to sell out the Virgin Islands to borrow. So the people of the Virgin Islands can be guaranteed. When I go to borrow, it's not going to be in exchange for the soul of the Virgin Islands. We're going to borrow on terms which are fair. Of course, you borrow your money, you have to pay back plus interest. We'll look at for the best rate possible, and that's really the only conditions are conditions which are practical and make sense. Not lots of other things that have nothing to do with the loan itself.
Wheatley has reiterated that the position of the Virgin Islands government on the loan guarantee is a result of unreasonable conditions attached to the guarantee.
Well, the challenge that was had with the loan guarantee had to do with the conditions which are attached to the guarantee. And, I don't think that when you have somebody who's down, they're devastated, they've been destroyed by hurricanes, you should be attaching some of the conditions that we attach to it.
Previously, the Premier had indicated that not taking the loan guarantee would not affect procurement procedures for small-scale projects due to take place in the near future, as the government had already determined that the sum of the loan offer was much too high to be taken for those purposes. At the time, he did note, however, that the money may be sought once again when the government is confronted by the demands of funding major projects, such as the airport expansion. For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
Thank you for that report. The Rotary Club of Tortola is pleased to announce that their signature fundraising event, the Grand Affair, is returning for the very first time since 2016. Take a look at this report. The Rotary Club of Tortola is pleased to announce that their signature fundraising event, the Grand Affair, is returning for the first time since 2016. We are thrilled to once again be hosting this event in keeping with Rotary's objective of helping humanity and making an impact on the BVI community, especially after the challenges we have faced locally and globally over the last few years, said President of the Rotary Club of Tortola, Mrs. Valerie Georges Thomas. The glamorous dinner and auction will be held on March 25th, 2023 at Government House under the distinguished patronage of His Excellency the Governor. We thank His Excellency for opening Government House to us, thereby upholding the tradition of previous governors, she continued. This year's causes are geared towards improving access to cancer prevention and treatment measures, as well as focusing on youth, specifically raising funds to expand the Youth Empowerment Program into another area of the territory. The Grand Affair has been the signature annual fundraising event for the Rotary Club of Tortola for many years and includes a resplendent dinner, a silent auction of incredible items, and a live auction of items commonly labeled as WOW and Super WOW. In the live auction are international travel, luxurious accommodations on land and sea, as well as original pieces of art. The key to success of the Grand Affair is the partnership between Rotary and the BVI community, on whom the club relies for support. Proceeds from past Grand Affairs events have supported many of the territory's organizations and institutions, such as VISAR, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, the Autism Center, including teacher training equipment and furnishings at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital, and the Nurse Iris O'Neill Clinic in Virgin Gorda. The Youth Empowerment Program's summer programs, the Baby Think It Over project, conducted, and so much more. This year, the club's goal is to raise $700,000. Every dollar raised will go towards the causes identified. More information on the Grand Affair, as well as how tickets can be purchased, will be forthcoming. Reporting for 284 News, Ron Grant. We are, of course, happy to see the Rotary Club of Tortola return with this amazing event. Viewers, when 284 News returns, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No. You know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor is hoping to make great strides in water quality monitoring through a new EU-funded project which aims to improve the territory's capacity to meet its needs in this regard. Environmental Officer Ms. Atoya George explains the importance of such an initiative to the VI Life in this report.
In November of this year, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor commenced a project entitled Bridging the Technical and Informational Gap for Effective Marine Spatial Planning in the British Virgin Islands. The project, funded by a grant from the EU Resembid program, valued at $965,641, aims to address the limitations that exist in the territory's water quality monitoring program. But why is this important? A presentation by Environmental Officer Atoya George sought to explain just that. According to George, to understand the magnitude of such an initiative, persons must first take into account how poor water quality impacts their lives in various ways.
Our health of our reefs and our mangrove systems, where we so desperately depend on during our natural events. So if those are impacted, we can only imagine what happens to us during these events. In addition to that, it impacts our food source. Our food source lives in these locations, and once they are there in these waters, of course, it can become a part of them. In addition to that, we are looking at all human health as well being impacted, especially given the fact that we drink our coastal waters.
In light of these issues and concerns, the project focuses mainly on improving the gathering of water quality data, which can be used to determine priority pollutant concentrations, allowing decisions on environmental management and spatial planning to be made better informed.
An improved water quality data source would allow us to identify pollution hotspots. It will allow us to take more immediate actions to things that are currently happening in our environment. Those mitigation measures can go as an immediate or something that is more on a long-term basis, being that of stronger legislations and policies that can reduce our environmental impacts or the risk that we pose on our environment. As it relates to spatial planning deals more with determining what is appropriate to develop and where. So if we have a better data set as it relates to water quality, that would allow us to make different cases to say, let me just give a brief example. Somebody wants to put in a desalination plant. We know the water quality in a particular area is not best because maybe it's polluted. Spatial planning, or the data that we will get from the water quality, would allow us to say it's not good to put that particular desalination plant in this location, but let's try for another location.
According to George, one way in which the project seeks to improve the gathering of water quality data is by expanding quality testing parameters.
Just to highlight a few that we have been touching upon to actually determine our health of our marine environment, one being the dissolved oxygen. As we know, a lot of our marine organisms use oxygen, and if that is depleted, we know something is going wrong. Additionally, we have the nutrients level, which we can get from, again, if sewage is entering our waters, we can increase our nutrients levels. This, of course, can cause what we call algae bloom. And in a nutshell, it depletes the available oxygen and space. So again, create what we will call a dead zone where organisms cannot thrive. And that is something that we are trying to move away from. Of course, we have the turbidity and fecal matter. So those are the basics that we have been doing thus far. And we're trying to move further into new parameters that we can probably better quantify what is going on in our marine environment. And those being the testing for heavy metals and or organopollutants such as TBT. As we know, or as research would have shown, that these particular compounds can have the potential of impacting our marine environment or marine ecosystems or marine organisms. And it also, if you get into our food source or fishes, it have that potential of impacting our health as well.
Implementing partners for this project are the H. Laverty Stout Community College, the Department of Information Technology, the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, and the National Parks Trust. Authorities hope to complete this project within a 14-month period. For 284 News, I am Jacka Wooding.
Continuing on, a passenger traveling from the Terrence B. Lettsome International Airport on Beef Island was taken into custody after landing at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport in St. Kitts with suspected cannabis. Our Kamal Haynes has the story.
The news from this development is according to a report by the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, which confirmed the arrest in a media statement published on Tuesday, December 13th. Well, it said, and I quote, "Officers from the Anti-Narcotics Unit responded to a call for assistance from the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department on December 12, 2022. As a result, they visited the airport sometime after midday, and the luggage of an individual who had arrived on a flight from Tortola was examined." It continued, 9 tubes of toothpaste containing vegetable material suspected to be cannabis was found and taken into police custody, end quote.
Whether gender, nationality, or name of the arrested individual is yet to be announced, but St. Kitts and Nevis police said investigations into the matter are ongoing. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Thank you, Kamal, for that report. Viewers, we'll be right back after a quick commercial break with more local news.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Jos Van Dyke, not forgetting Anegada. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a generation of greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
Viewers, welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. You're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. The KADEEM EVANS-FRETT Christmas tree lighting took place over the weekend at the District 7 Park and saw a huge turnout of residents coming together to remember and honor Mr. Frett, for whom the event was named in honor, as well as ringing in the Christmas season with food, drinks, and various entertainment. Now, scores of children along with family participated as well as received a number of gifts. District 7 Representative and Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley was present and addressed the audience and wished them season's greetings.
We certainly say season's greetings to one and all. Certainly this is the time of year where we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, who is our light, our hope, our salvation. And it is a time to spread love and a time to spread cheer. Let me acknowledge Bishop and all other persons who are gathered here this evening for this wonderful event. This event happened last year and it was a huge success. And this event, as you can see, is a huge success again. And I want to congratulate Mr. Kevin Letsom and the Action Committee for the work that they are doing here to help to bring our community together and to provide an atmosphere where the children can enjoy themselves. And of course, right here in Langlook, we can have that Christmas spirit. Hugely successful, and we are grateful for this event. We also, as Bishop said, acknowledge this event is in memory of KADEEM Fred, also a cousin of mine. Of course, we here in Langlook, we're all one big family. And of course, we are saddened that he was taken away from us so soon. But we are grateful that we are able to help his memory to live on through events such as these.
Also present was Minister for Health and District 8 Representative, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, who took the time to greet the community and also commended Mr. Kevon Letsom, President of the District 7 Action Committee, for putting on yet again another event.
Kevon and the team for the second annual Lighten Up the Park. I think is, yeah, you could tap up for Kevin in it too. When I passed here earlier today, it started to feel a lot like Christmas, as they say. And you see the park is uplifted, and it uplifts your spirit as well. As I continue to say when I speak, is that we've been through a very difficult time as a country and a community over the last 5 years. We've been through the hurricanes and the floods, COVID-19 pandemic. We've had COI reports. We've had a host of things that have dampened our spirit over the last 5 years and have brought us economically and otherwise. But at this time of the year, we always have to perk up because we as Virgin Islanders enjoy the Christmas season. As they say, it's a time to eat, drink, and be merry. It's also a time to share with loved ones, share with family, share with friends. And I think despite the challenge that we've always been a giving and loving community. And what I would ask of all of us, I know it's been difficult for many persons and many families, and those who have an opportunity, who have a little more than others, to give back to the community, give back to some family that might be in need during this time of the year. And don't forget the reason for the season. And
Dr. Kedrick Pickering, former District 7 representative, was also present and also took time to address the audience.
Thank you. In this Yuletide season, you know, this is my favorite time of the year. I like to see the lights, I like to see the children, I like to hear the Christmas music. And this really brings the community alive. And so I'm delighted to be here and to once again congratulate all of those who are involved in the planning and execution of this lovely event. Let's give them a big round of applause because it takes a lot of effort to do something like this. And just the thought is one thing, to bring it to fruition is another thing, and to see the park being utilized like this is really beautiful and brings the community together in ways in which we need. And as we celebrate the loss of our brother who was born and grew up in this community, let us live in a way to try and keep that community spirit alive. 2 Saturdays ago, we had a march against violence, and we were saying, put down the guns and lift up Jesus. And let us, as we celebrate the birth of Christ and understand that He is the light of the world, let us continue to shine light where there's darkness. Let us continue to shine light against the evil that wants to take over our community. Let us continue to shine light against those guns that want to destroy our young men. And so let us all continue to work together as a people, work together as a community. There's unity, there's strength in unity. And if we work together, we can build. I love this community, and I always remember what it was like growing up, and I'd love to see nothing more than the children, especially who are here this evening, grow up in a community like the one I grew up, full of love and respect for each other. Let us try to do that and celebrate the birthday of Jesus in this way that all of us would be proud. Once again, congratulations to all of those who have done such a wonderful job to bring this event together. And from my house to your house, a wonderful.
To view the entire program of the KADEEM EVANS-FRETT tree lighting, please visit our 284 media platform on Facebook. Now, viewers, closing out our newscast and adding some holiday cheer to our newscast this evening, we have students from the WILLARD Wheatley Primary School in East End who recently participated in the school's Christmas concert.
We don't want no Grinches all around we. We don't want no Tuesdays of big hair. Your energy, what we want the wrong way. Your good vibes in the Christmas air. And we don't want no Grinches all around we don't want no Tuesdays of big hair. Your energy, what we want the wrong way. And every year we get the chance, all we wanna
what an amazing showcase of talent. Congratulations to the students and, of course, the teachers at the Willard Whitley Primary School for yet again putting on a very splendid Christmas concert. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to, of course, follow us on tweet4media.com as well as Facebook at tweet4media and, of course, tweet4bvi on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I will see you tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and, of course, international content. Happy Wednesday. Have a beautiful rest of the evening. Be sure to check out The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman this evening at 8 p.m. featuring Mr. Coy Levins of Anegada. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Jos Van Dyke, not forgetting Anegada. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a generation of greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No. You know